Hey guys, Skittlerampage here. Welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So today we have first looks at a lot of new drops next week, a ton of new exclusives, chases, and more. And that Dragon Ball Z moment. Oh my gosh, we gotta talk about it. Now guys, before we jump into everything new, I do wanna ask the question of the day, which is, do you have a Funko Pop or character in your collection that's kind of like an adventure? And I'm gonna go with Nathan Drake here from Uncharted. Okay, so we do have a lot of new things to go over today, and a majority of these will be dropping next week on Wednesday around 12 p.m. EST at their respective retailers, as well as most retailers that sell common pops, for example. Okay, first up, I wanna talk about the new Invincible wave of pops. So we did get actually two new characters in this. This included a bloody Omni-Man common there, so I actually like the amount of blood they put on this one, pretty good. Then we have Alan the Alien. He's also bloody and kind of beat up. That looks really great. That one is a Funko Shop exclusive coming in the next few months. And then we also got Rex Splode here. So this actually features kind of a bloody, beaten up Chase. This is basically what I figured was going to happen. I figured they would do this look for him. The only other thing they could have done for him, in my opinion, would be just like, you know, like a glow chase I think would be cool of him using his powers, but otherwise this chase looks really good and I'm glad we got the character. Now if you don't know, we're actually expected to get another Invincible wave in the next few months too, and this will include characters like Conquest. I think we're getting another Mark Grayson, and then one other character I can't remember off the top of my head. What's pretty interesting though is that this is only the second ever wave of Invincible, like the second like full wave. The other ones were just standalone pops, like we had the Funko Fusion Invincible Blue Suit, and then we had Battle Beast over at Chow's Collectibles, but that was part of the comic book line. So those two are technically not even part of the main Invincible line. It's just, you know, characters from the same burst. So I'm not entirely sure why it's all over the place with the Invincible license, but hopefully we'll get more consistent releases. They're just so far into the story. Compared to where Funko's at with their pops, it's kind of crazy. Moving on, for Sonic the Hedgehog fans, we did get a new collection. This included Amy with a Chase variation. Then we also had Fang, Mecha Sonic, and Mighty. So on the bottom there, those are three new characters to the Sonic collection, which is great. Funko's been really great about that with Sonic. They always put out new characters every wave seemingly, so hopefully they continue to do that and adapt that process into many other lines that need it. Next up, moving on to a couple new anime releases. First up, we do have a new line, and this is Mashel here. So this does include a Mash here. So is he breaking the wand there? Is that something else he's breaking? I can't remember because I watched this so long ago. However, they put the effect around him breaking and kind of snapping it, which I thought was a nice little touch. Next up, we have Finn there, and he has the two-tone in his hair with the blonde and black, as well as they give him colored eyes. A lot of people were actually upset we didn't get colored eyes on Mash. I thought it was an interesting choice given they gave Finn and Lemon colored eyes. And speaking of Lemon, she looks really great too. They kind of gave her some blushing on her cheeks, which is great, as well as we do actually have the bow on the top. And then finally on the bottom there, we have a Dot there with a Chase variation where he doesn't have his headband on. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent looking Mashel wave. There's not a ton they can do with these characters. I will say specifically with Mash though, there's a few things they could do. Like they could do his muscle bodysuit that he wears when he exercises. They could give him some weights. I think it would just be like a funny little spoof style pop. They could also put him on the broomstick. That would be pretty funny. As well as giving him his, you know, cream puffs. He loves those things. So I was surprised that was not the initial pop, to be honest. But who knows, we're gonna have a ton of Comic Cons next year, so maybe we'll get something cool for that. But let me know what you guys think about this Mashel set. Now, our other new anime line included Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. We have a couple different things here. First up, over at V-Rare, they did get their first ever exclusive, and we have Super Saiyan Trunks here from Super. So this actually features him doing Gallic Gun there, as well as it does actually have a glow chase there. So the glow won't be white, don't worry. They're just kind of advertising it that way. Funko always does that. I'm just disappointed that the eyes, eyebrow, and hair does not glow. I don't get why they keep doing that with these molds. They keep making the bases and like the abilities glow. It's just such a weird decision when the glow could turn out really cool with the multicolors, and then they just don't do it. I don't know if it's like a cost-effective thing or, you know, maybe it just didn't work out. I'm just very curious why they go about this, because some have it and then a lot don't. It's very weird and very inconsistent. The one thing I do have an issue with this Trunks though is that it's not gonna glow very well. I think everybody knows by now that usually purple and red glows are not that great, with the exception. Some red glows are good, like with Chalice, they actually made this glow pink. I think it glows pink if I'm not mistaken. I'll pop up a picture. So maybe that's how they got away with that, because like the red just doesn't look very good on most pops. And then the same with purple. Like we have, where is Zoro? Do I have Zoro Enma? Yeah, this one This is hit or miss. Like, you could throw it in the sun for a while and it would glow okay. And then you could maybe use a UV light and it might glow okay. But like I said, it's very hit or miss on some of them. Like the Kodagiri glow from Target in the My Hero wave had a really horrible glow. I could never really get that thing to glow, and plenty of other pops. So maybe they'll do something different with this one. I do like the mold. Do I need it? You know, it's like, I love Trunks. Trunks is one of my favorite characters. As you can see, I have like 2 statues back there of him. And I also have 1 or 2 Trunks pops. I kind of just need to see the mold in person. I want to see the glow. If the glow's bad, then maybe I'll just grab the regular standalone exclusive. Like, it's not a big deal if I don't get the chase in this situation, to be honest. And I've kind of felt that way about most chases lately and just glow-in-the-dark pops, because as my wife kind of said, how often are you really making these glow or looking at them? Or do we just want the vanity of having the extra glow chase sticker, you know? Now, another new exclusive we got from Dragon Ball Z, this included Goku with wings flocked. So basically they took the mold we already had and just made it flocked, because I'm assuming they had a ton left over. I don't know, previews exclusives are so hit or miss from time to time, and that's what that Goku was. But yeah, essentially they're just trying to sell us the same thing over again in a different variation. This was highly unnecessary. If anything, they should have done this to begin with. You know, flocked angel wings, obviously that would have made a lot of sense versus the glow. But I get the glow too, because it's supposed to be like heavenly and like aura and awe, you know. So both kind of work in a sense. However, redoing the mold like this just kind of sucks. It feels like a waste of materials. But I get it. They're just trying to sell all the ones they do already have, probably still in storage somewhere. I don't know though. Let me know what you guys think about this new Goku Angel Wings flocked pop. Will you be going after this? I know the chase is a little more expensive, so maybe this is a good alternative if you wanted a decent exclusive. Okay, so you've waited long enough in this video. You get to see my reaction to this Gohan versus Cell. Oh my god, it's so cool. I can't even hide the smile, guys. When I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. All right, so let's check this out. So here's the boxes. So quick explanation here. This is gonna be 2 pieces that you have to buy. Perfect Cell will be a deluxe, and then the father-son Kamehameha moment with Gohan and Goku will be a moment there. And here's the official out-of-box looks. I pieced them together so you guys could get a full scene look here, and this thing is crazy. I love the small beam turning into the huge blast. The electricity around Cell here, electricity around Gohan, all the scrapes and bruises. He's doing the one-handed Kamehameha, the bloody kind of like broken arm there. And then you have Goku in spirit behind him. This is just such a beautiful moment here. They did so good designing this. And I got to applaud the Funko creative team and like the artists over there. Just good job, guys. You did so well. And luckily enough, we already have in-person looks at this, I think from an overseas shop. So let's go ahead and take an in-person look here. Incredible. It's incredible. It practically matches it. Other than Goku turned out to be a little more, not as translucent, more solid, but it's not a deal breaker at all. He still looks great in my opinion, and I'm still buying this 100%. Now, a lot of people are asking how much is this going to cost and how much will, you know, kind of cost you to complete this. So if I'm not mistaken, aren't deluxes normally around 30-ish, and then the moments 35-ish, I think. So it's gonna cost you close to $70 to complete this, but I think it's kind of well worth it. It's like you're buying one of those giant deluxe ones, like the giant poster style deluxes, but smaller here in 2 pieces. And I did actually see a comment of somebody saying that they wouldn't mind if Funko did this more, where it was 2 separate pieces to create a really awesome moment if they can't always fit it in one box. And I agree. Like, I am more than willing to spend a little bit more money in buying 2 pieces. I mean, I would hate storing the boxes, obviously, but I can just throw them away most of the time. However, I would be willing to pay more for certain things if they have this quality and level of detail. And I really hope they continue with this with the moments, because this is the best anime moment to date. Not the best moment of all the Funko Pop moments out there, because there are really good ones, so it'd be really hard to gauge. Maybe that could be a fun video of like comparing them in like a tier list or something. But yeah, this is incredible. They did so good with this moment. I am beyond excited, and they just blew my mind with this one. I don't know though, that's just me as a big Dragon Ball fan's opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Do you have any issues with this, or do you absolutely love it? Okay, moving on from a Dragon Ball here, we do actually have a new Dandadan exclusive here, and this does feature Okarun transformed where he's running, so they kind of give him the effect around there, and then they give him like a cloud smoke behind him. I think it's pretty cool. It's gonna be a Pop Premium. This is a Funko Funko exclusive, so it'll release in a couple months. A lot of people were kind of complaining that it looks very similar to the common mold. And I mean, yeah, it technically does. This is just him more in like a running like look versus kind of standing there getting ready to run. So I get what people are saying. At the same time though, I mean, it's kind of what the character does, so I understand the premium. However, this kind of teaches a lot of people the lesson with Funko especially is that they're always going to make something better, usually, right after the first initial release. So it's okay if majority of the pops in that wave are common to wait, because they're going to have plenty of stock of the commons usually. You're not really going to have an issue getting those. However, you may end up spending $15 on a common and then realize there's a better exclusive later. Now you're like, oh, do I get rid of the common? Do I keep it? Because I really like this new one better. So in my opinion, that's why it kind of pays to wait, and that's what I do most of the time. I don't pre-order a ton of stuff anymore unless I absolutely like need it. But yeah, I would say it's just a good rule at this point where just give it a little time to see what exclusives they put out in the wave, just so you can be a little bit smarter with your buying and your money. Okay, moving on from anime, we have a couple new pop movies here. So this includes Mamma Mia here. We have Sophie as well as Donna. I do like the movie, however, I like the play much more. Then we have Pride and Prejudice, another brand new line. This includes Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth Bennet, as well as we have Bridesmaids, Annie Walker, and Megan Price. Let me know what you guys think about all of these and which ones you plan to pick up. Moving on for Pop Rocks, we do have official looks at the new Liam and Noel Gallagher Oasis 2-pack here. This is actually in stock over the Funko shop, available now. Next up for Stranger Things fans, we have first looks at 2 new common pops here. I think they're expected next week. I think they might have been pushed up. If not, they're expected to fully release in January, but they may come next week. But this includes Max Mayfield as well as Mr. What's-It? What is that, how you say that? What's-It? And this is shared over from a follower of mine. He actually found them at 2nd and Charles a little bit early, which was pretty cool. I mean, earlier than the initial release. That's always a nice little fun thing to find and, show to the world. Let me know what you guys think about these. They've done a lot for Stranger Things, the final season here. They've been really going all out. So let me know what you guys think about all the pops Funko's been putting out for it, including these 2 new ones. Okay, moving on to a couple other updates here. Over the Funko shop, I want to remind you guys that we did have these winter convention exclusives drop the other day. This included Boa Hancock, Miles Morales in the Vibranium suit, Harry Potter, Batman, Flashpoint, and Pirate Stitch here. So what's pretty crazy is that none of these sold out. I don't even think they had a lot of stock. I think based off what people were talking about, these had under 10,000-ish stock each, and they did not sell out. I was kind of half expecting a sellout on Boa just because the mold was really good and, she didn't have a ton of stock loaded, but it's very possible they could just continuously add more and more. But yeah, overall, as I talked about in my video the other day, we just have all of these characters already. Batman being the one that probably needed the variation the most, given we just have a really old Flashpoint Batman. So I understand that one, but we have a million Harry Potters, we have a million Miles Moraleses, a million Stitches for sure, and then we already have 3 Boas now. So I just don't think the exclusives were strong enough to really sell out this time around. So I think they're gonna have these for a while. That aside though, if you did enjoy any of these exclusives, let me know which ones you picked up. And if you wanna grab them, they're still available. I'll have a link down below for you. Another quick update from the Funko shop, a couple new things in stock now. This included the new Pop Babe there. Then we also have the Oasis 2-pack as I mentioned, as well as the new Terrifier Pops that Art does actually have a chance at a Blacklight Chase, and then Victoria there. And lastly, we have the new Wicked keychains there. These are all available at Funko. There's a link down below if you want to grab them. Last update today comes from Kaiju number 8. We have closer looks at the new Hoshina versus Kaiju number 10 pop here from cmetzner.com. This is such a crazy 4-inch pop for them to do. I love that they made Hoshino the buddy there. And look at the slice through the kaiju there. Such an incredible amount of detail. They did a really great job on this one. Well guys, that does wrap up today's Funko Pop news updates. Like I said, a majority of these are dropping next week and most of the exclusives will be dropping in a couple months. Let me know what you guys think about everything new that we went over and what you're most excited for. That's all for me today though. Make sure to hit the like button down below if you did enjoy and subscribe and click the notification bell if you're new here. I do want to say a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon and Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure you follow me on all my social medias at Skittlerampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.